Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video. And in today's video, I want to be talking about how to get more kills here in Season 10. And in this gameplay, I think I dropped about 17 kills or so. So I'm going to be talking over this gameplay and breaking it down and just showing you guys how you're able to get a lot more kills here in Fortnite. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and also subscribe to my second channel. The link for that will be in the description or the pinned comment. Turn on my post notifications and as well comment down below your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to support a creator, type in my code is Younghumor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. I really do appreciate all you guys who do add me. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I wanted to be talking about how you guys can be able to drop a lot more kills here in Season 10. There's a few specific things that I want to touch on in this video that I think are very important when it comes to dropping more kills here in Fortnite, especially here for Season 10, because there is a lot of changes to the game that I wanted to talk about. So starting out, my rotation for this game, I landed at Pleasant, and also another thing that I think is important that I definitely have to mention is, of course when you're going for high kill games, you do have to consider the movement. So I think back in Season 4, 5, and even 6, I believe, they had Rift to Goes, so you can use a ton of those to get around the map very quickly. Hoverboards, the quad crashers, if you knew the little trick where you can like hold it up in the air all the way across the map. I use that a ton. I used to land tilted towers, get a few kills, rush over to where the quad crashes are up on that hill, and then use it to rotate all the way over to Dusty within literally 5 or 10 seconds. Super quick, super easy, and I can already be challenging the next gunfight. But they added so many different things in this game that changed it up when it comes to movement. That definitely makes it a lot harder for Season 10. And just one of those reasons is they took out the Rift to Goes. They took out quite a few movements. They took out smoke grenades. They did put an impulse, which is very helpful. You can get across like a spawn area extremely quick. So that can be very useful for getting a lot of kills right off the start of the game. And that's also something I can recommend if you want to get more kills off spawn and you find impulse grenades. You can definitely use that to get around the starting spawn extremely fast and extremely quick. Or if you're getting shot at, you're low on HP, you can definitely use that to get away. So impulse grenades at the start of the game, I think could be really good to have in your inventory and use to drop more kills and also to protect yourself just in case you lose a lot of HP really quickly. And maybe you want to rotate over to another house before you challenge in that fight. But the major movements here for Season 10, and so around Tilted you're going to have the slipstreams that they added back in last season, but there used to be a lot more, but the ones at Mega Mall and the ones at Tilted are still there. So you can use those to rotate really quickly. You can use the ones at Mega Mall to rotate over to Dusty and maybe even over to Salty, or you can land pretty close to Salty using them. And the one from Tilted you can rotate over to Loot Lake, or maybe you want to push towards Dusty, you can definitely use that to rotate over. But here for Season 10, one thing that's also probably your best movement is going to be the Rift at Loot Lake. If you guys don't already know, for those guys who haven't ever tried it, if you jump in the middle of Loot Lake, you can actually use that as a Rift. It's kind of like the time thing back when the monster and the robot were fighting, like probably just a few weeks ago. After that, right in the middle, you jump into it and it acts as a rift, and you can use that to rotate around the map very quickly. Highly recommend doing that, and that could be a really key concept in order to drop a lot of kills, because you can use that to easily rotate from there all the way to Dusty, and that's exactly what I did in this game. And I was able to drop so many more kills doing so because I rotated extremely fast. Picked off a ton of kills. Granted, these players weren't the best of players. They were just standing still, and I was absolutely destroying them from range with my assault rifle, and of course using my aim assist. But I still was able to drop a lot of kills because I was able to rotate very quickly using that rift in the middle. And usually when it comes to getting high kills in really any season, getting more high kills overall, usually my number one rule of thumb is no matter what your playstyle is, how you play, if you want to be able to drop twice as many kills, my rule of thumb is you want to be able to do everything twice as fast. So aim twice as fast, hit your shots twice as fast, When it comes to rotating, you want to do that twice as fast. Everything in the game you want to do twice as fast if possible, and this is really going to allow you and help you rotate around the map very quickly, pick off the players that you're fighting very quickly, because I did talk a lot about earlier in this video about rotating and the different stuff in this game, but rotating really won't help you drop a lot more kills if you're very slow in gunfights. If you're taking 2, 3, 4 minutes per fight, then it's just not going to be enough. Even if you have the most perfect rotation in the game, you're rotating every way towards the other player, you're still not going to be able to drop those extremely high kill games just because you're dragging out the gunfights that you're in for way too long. So no matter what, you're not going to be able to drop those really high kill games. I mean, you could still have good games, but you're not going to drop those high 16, 17, 20 kill games by playing like that. You have to be able to win your gunfights very quickly as well. So that also is something that I have to mention, because you can have the most perfect rotation, you can be a very smart player, but if you can't win your gunfights quickly, you're not going to be able to be very successful when it comes to consistently dropping a lot of high kill games. And when you want to kill players as fast as possible in this game, to be honest, the easiest way to go about it is to learn and just be as good as possible when it comes to outplaying other players. So I just learning as many build techniques as you can, learning how other people play, because certain players definitely play a certain way that I've noticed. So just doing all those things can really help you guys out a ton when it comes to killing players as fast as you possibly can, because it is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing you can do. Because even if you don't have the best rotation, if you can run through players very simply, very easily, it's going to save you a ton of mats, going to save you a ton of HP, and it's also going to save you a ton of time, because you want to spend most of your time running around trying to find people rather than sitting in the gunfights themselves, because you're not going to get kills just looking at the players. You actually have to kill them and do it very quickly if you want to be able to get those extremely high kill games. And one thing that I always advocate is that you at least try to carry one launch pad in your inventory. I said this in a few of my videos, and I think this is extremely important, and you guys are going to see exactly why having at least one launch pad, especially in this game I had about 4, but just having one launch pad saved me so much. So when I was playing, I was rotating over to my side, and one thing that I noticed is the zone, or after this zone, it's going to give it right to the players who are on top of the hill, which is the biggest L of all time, because it's a 1v2 with guys on top, and then I have a team to my left and to my right. To this point, my positioning is pretty bad. I'm not in the best. I want to eventually go for high ground and at least contest for that for a little bit, because if I can get high ground, I'm going to be in the best spot, and I could probably win the game very easily, as long as I don't choke the game or anything like that. So here, I'm just taking shots on the guy below, but still being very careful and very mindful of the 2 guys on top, because I know if they start peeking over and trying to shoot, then I'm going to have to fight them off. So zones are coming in, and I use one of my launch pads to rotate over to the next zone. And this is extremely important, because if I had to rotate without a launch pad, I mean, it would just been an absolute disaster. I would have had just no chance of getting up the hill, because as you see right here, the 2 guys at the bottom who didn't have a launch pad, they got absolutely destroyed. They were getting sprayed at left and right from all the players in the game. And because I end up having 2 launch pads, I can launch pad up again. But just having that one put me in 10 times better position. And at the exact same time, I didn't have to burn through all of my materials trying to rotate over. So basically, 100% for me, it was a win-win. I was able to rotate over very easily. Didn't get shot out a ton. Didn't lose any HP. And at the exact same time, I didn't have to burn through all of my mats because I was going to get sprayed at. So at this point, I'm keeping my high ground, playing very smart. And so the players above me trying to get some shots off, hitting for 26, 65, and I'm not sure if I hit him again, I couldn't tell. But I hit this guy a few times, and this player is just below me. I'm playing smart, keeping my high ground, just a 1v1. So this guy is deciding to drop down, so I'm going to drop down with him, landing on his builds, and I honestly could have shot him out, probably would have been pretty smart. So I dropped down, and I glitched right through my freaking wall, and then I end up choking the game because of it. And so yeah, I pretty much just sold this game for no reason at 17 kills, and it's unfortunate. That was pretty much my last material. But if you guys, in case you missed it, I'm just going to show it again, because I just literally went through my wall. So as I was dropping down, I would place my floor, place my wall, and then I got shoved on the other side of it for no reason, without any materials, couldn't even get my gun out. And you know what? it is what it is. Even though it doesn't really matter how good you play, you're eventually going to die to some BS anyway. But everything in this video still applies. If you want to go for high kills, those are the things you want to consider a lot. And with that being said, that's a wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.